Imagine you're sitting somewhere when suddenly a complete stranger standing in the distance starts staring at you. Without blinking, they begin walking toward you at the speed of a turtle. You run, you hide, you move to another city. But they never stop. They never get tired. They're in no hurry because they know that sooner or later they'll reach you. And the day they do, game over. This isn't a human being, it's death itself. Run if you can. The story begins with a horrifying scene. A girl is running frantically to save her life. The terror on her face makes it seem as if not a ghost, but the god of death himself is chasing her. Her family keeps asking what's wrong, but without saying a word, she starts the car and drives straight to the beach. In the darkness of the night, crying, she makes one last call to her father. "Dad, I love you. Please forgive me." The next morning, her body is found lying on the sand. She had been murdered so brutally that it sends chills down your spine. After this, the story introduces us to Jay. Jay is an ordinary girl living a normal life with her sister Kelly and her friends, Yara and Paul. Paul secretly likes Jay, but it's the same old one-sided love. He's never been able to confess his feelings. Anyway, Jay is very happy today because she's getting ready to go on a date with her boyfriend Hugh. The two are watching a movie in a theater when Hugh suddenly starts acting strangely. He asks Jay, "Can you see that girl in the yellow dress standing behind us?" Jay turns around, but no one is there. The color drains from Hugh's face. He leaves the movie halfway through, grabs Jay's hand, and rushes out of the theater. Jay keeps asking what happened. Was she your ex or something? But Hugh stays silent. To lighten the mood, he takes Jay out for dinner. Later, the two become intimate in the car. But the real game was only about to begin. Right after the romance, Hugh suddenly presses a chloroform-soaked cloth over Jay's face. Her eyes close. Blackout. When Jay regains consciousness, she finds herself tied to a wheelchair in a deserted, abandoned place. Hugh is standing in front of her. His face is filled with regret, but he seems helpless. He tells Jay, "I'm sorry, Jay, but I had to save my own life. Now listen to me carefully. From today onward, a shadow will follow you. It can take the form of anyone, someone close to you or a complete stranger. It doesn't run. It just walks toward you very slowly. If it touches you, you'll die in agony. And if it kills you, it'll come back after me. There's only one way to escape this deadly curse. Have sex. You have to pass this curse on to someone else. And remember, only you or I can see this thing." Suddenly, Hugh shouts, "Look, it's here!" He points to a figure approaching from the distance. Jay is completely shocked. Before she can understand anything, Hugh puts her into the car, drops her off outside her house, and disappears. Seeing Jay's condition, her family calls the police. During the investigation, they discover that there is no man named Hugh. It was a fake identity, and now he's vanished. Jay tries to convince herself that the horrifying incident was just a nightmare and goes to college. Class is in session. The professor is teaching when Jay glances out the window. Outside, in broad daylight, an old woman is staring directly at Jay with wide, unblinking eyes, slowly making her way toward the classroom. Jay's hair stands on end. She bolts out of the classroom in a panic. She looks back in the hallway, and the old woman is still coming after her with the same slow, terrifying walk. Jay runs all the way home to save herself. That night, trembling with fear inside a locked room, Jay reveals the terrifying secret to her sister Kelly and her friend Paul. But will she be able to escape this slow death? Naturally, no one believes Jay's bizarre story. They all assume she's imagining things. But Paul, who secretly loves Jay, stays at her house to keep her safe. As the night grows darker, everyone falls asleep. But sleep is impossible for Jay under the shadow of terror. She comes downstairs and sits beside Paul. The two are lost in childhood memories when someone smashes the window. Paul runs to check, but there's no one outside. He assumes it's just some wandering thief and goes upstairs to inform the police. Now Jay is alone downstairs. As she walks toward the broken window, her feet freeze. That thing, death itself, is slowly walking straight toward her. Terrified, Jay runs upstairs. Kelly and Paul can't understand what she saw. Just then, there's a knock at the door. Nervously, they open it to find their friend Yara standing outside. But the moment Jay looks behind Yara, she lets out a scream. That thing had reached there too. Without wasting a second, Jay runs downstairs, grabs a bicycle, and pedals as fast as she can. The friends, while searching for Jay, arrive at the park. Seeing Jay's condition, their neighbor Greg also comes there. Jay firmly refuses. "I'm not going back to that house. We have to find that guy. He's the only one who knows how to stop this nightmare." Greg takes out his car, and they all set off in search of the con man's hideout. After hours of driving, they reach his old house, but he is already packed up and left. Inside, Jay notices that he had set up all kinds of bizarre precautions to protect himself. During the search, Paul finds a magazine with a girl's picture in it. Her outfit gives them a clue about which college the guy attended. At the college, they finally uncover his real identity. His real name was Jeff. They head straight to Jeff's new place and corner him. Jeff has nowhere left to hide. He tells them the blunt and horrifying truth. There's only one way to escape this curse. Sleep with someone else and pass it on to them. And Jay, for you, that's easy. Any guy would be willing to sleep with you. I got this curse from a girl, and who knows how long this chain has been going on. After this terrifying revelation, everyone moves into Greg's mother's vacant house to feel a little safer. The next day, Greg teaches Jay how to use a gun so she can protect herself. Later, while everyone is relaxing on the beach, Greg goes to the restroom. Kelly suddenly notices Jay's hair blowing strangely in the wind, as if an invisible force is standing right next to her. Yes, the entity had arrived there too. Paul swings a chair into the air to stop it, but the unseen creature tosses him aside like a rag doll. Paul is left bleeding. Everyone runs for their lives and hides in a nearby cabin. Jay immediately grabs Greg's gun and starts firing wildly. Since only Jay can see the entity, Greg thinks she's gone crazy and is shooting at empty air. Jay manages to shoot the entity, but the demon stands back up and starts advancing toward her. Jay runs inside and slams the door shut. Standing outside, Greg doesn't understand what's happening. He breaks the lower part of the door and shouts, "What are you doing, Jay? There's nobody out here." He goes around to enter through another way, but at that moment the entity changes its appearance and starts entering the cabin. Jay completely panics. She escapes through the back, grabs Greg's car keys, and drives away alone. Fear and panic take their toll. On the way, Jay gets into a terrible car accident and loses consciousness. When Jay wakes up, she finds herself in a hospital bed with all her friends around her. Seeing Jay's terror and desperation, Greg finally realizes how serious the situation really is. To save Jay from this endless nightmare, Greg makes a major decision. He sleeps with Jay so the curse will leave her and make Greg its new target. But will Greg's decision stop this deadly chain, or has he just invited his own death? Here's the twist. Greg agreed to take the curse only because he believed it was all in Jay's head, a psychological delusion. He thought nothing could actually happen to him. But when Paul learns what happened between Jay and Greg, he's heartbroken. He suffers in silence, unable to do anything about it. Jay seems normal again, but now she's constantly worried about Greg's life. 3 peaceful days pass without incident. Then one night, while Jay is sitting by her window looking toward Greg's house, she sees one of his windows shatter and a shadow enter the house. Her heart sinks. She realizes death has found its new target. She frantically calls Greg, but there's no signal. Without thinking twice, Jay runs to his house. When she gets there, she's horrified to see a strange woman knocking on Greg's bedroom door. The moment Greg opens it, the entity attacks him and kills him almost instantly. The game has changed. The moment Greg dies, the curse bounces back to Jay. Without wasting a second, she drives far away from the city in the middle of the night and spends the night sleeping in her car out of sheer terror. The next morning, Jay returns home. Paul comes to her with an unusual request. "Jay, give the curse to me. I want to help you." But Jay firmly refuses. "After losing Greg, I can't risk anyone else's life." Paul then reveals his true feelings. "Jay, I've loved you since we were kids. Why did you choose Greg instead of me?" Jay sadly replies, "I thought Greg would be able to save himself, but he couldn't." Paul, however, refuses to give up. "I have a solid plan." Everyone heads to an indoor swimming pool. Their cars are loaded with electrical appliances, heaters, toasters, hair dryers. The plan is simple but dangerous. Plug in all the appliances and place them near the water. Jay will get into the pool, and when the entity enters the water to kill her, she'll jump out while everyone throws the electrical appliances into the pool. The high-voltage current should destroy the invisible demon. The trap is set. They just have to wait for the prey. Then the entity arrives. Jay sees it, but it's smarter than they expected. Instead of entering the water, it begins hurling heavy objects at Jay from outside. Paul fires his gun into the air, but he can't see anything. Kelly quickly thinks of an idea and throws a blanket toward it. The blanket suddenly outlines the shape of a human figure in midair. Paul immediately fires at it, but the creature is immortal. Bullets don't stop it. It jumps into the pool, grabs Jay, and drags her underwater. Jay is running out of air. Paul blindly fires several shots into the water, and by pure luck, one bullet hits the target. The entity weakens, and everyone pulls Jay out of the pool. As Jay gasps for breath and looks into the water, she sees that the entire pool has turned red with blood. Had the entity really been destroyed? After this horrifying ordeal, Jay finally accepts Paul's love, and the two become intimate. The curse has now been transferred to Paul. In the film's final scene, Jay and Paul are seen walking hand in hand down the street, both appearing happy. But as the camera slowly zooms out, a chilling sight is revealed. A strange young man is quietly walking behind them at a slow pace. The meaning is clear: the curse was never destroyed. It is now following Paul. The cycle will continue until it claims one victim after another. And on that terrifying note, this mind-blowing movie comes to an end. So, friends, what do you think about this psychological horror movie? Do you think Jay and Paul will ever escape this nightmare? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel and enjoy spine-chilling stories like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn the bell notification to all so you never miss the next video. I'll see you in another action-packed, suspense-filled video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and take care. Take care. Bye-bye.